Good morning. It is 10 o'clock and I think it's Tuesday the 15th. I might be wrong. It might be the 16th of September. Don't have my watch on, so I can't tell what the date is or the time. So I'm in the garden because Jacob's in the living room watching dyno trucks, and so I'm out here doing this quick live before we go out for the day because it's a lovely day. So the topic of today is it should have been yesterday. So this is day 8, which should have been yesterday, and I'm doing it today, just due to various factors. And the topic is, it's time to calculate your own calories for fat loss. Now, at the beginning of the challenge, I did load up the calorie calculator into the group. The link for the calorie calculator, it's bkmnutrition.com/calculator. And all week last week, we were focusing on making the small restrictions that we could do in our diet to get the stars, and this is making votes for a leaner lifestyle, and this helps you to start restricting calories and start to lose weight, and a lot of you have already lost weight, which is excellent. It's not necessary to actually calculate your calories if you could just keep using the star chart, but the thing is that after a while, because in the first week we were restricting things that you would normally have, this week it's going to be tough to find more things to restrict. Now you can of course restrict the things that you restricted last week. That's fine. If you always had a chocolate bar with your tea and you don't have it now, that's fine. If you always had a pack of crisps and now you don't have a pack of crisps with your lunch, that's fine as well. After a while, that's going to become your new normal. So, and yes, you will be in a calorie deficit because of that, but eventually your body's going to start to adapt to that. And you need to be keeping on top of that and evaluating it. So what I would like people to do this week is to go to the Calorie Calculator website, have a look at it, put in your details, and get the calories that you need for fat loss. Now, today in the evening, it's going to be day 9 video, and I'm going to link you to my MyFitnessPal guide, which will show you how to use those figures in order to start tracking and start logging your food, because it is important that you know how many calories are in what foods. Last week we didn't know that, or you might have known it but we weren't focusing on it. The idea was to just get you starting to make choices about restricting foods that you didn't necessarily need in your diet. We've all done that this week, the ones that have taken part. So now it's time to get a bit more knowledge, a bit more education, and say, well, how much calories are in these foods that I'm eating? And you might be surprised as to the things you incorporate every day that are in fact maybe giving you a bit of a calorie hole. And what I mean by that is it's a black hole where the calories go into, and you don't actually realise that there are a lot of calories in those foods. Now, prime examples of this are things like avocados, nuts, oils, coconut oil, oily fish to a certain extent, like salmon and stuff like that. And all these things are healthy. I do promote people to eat those sorts of things. The problem is that they can carry a lot of calories. So it's a good idea to make sure you know how much of those foods you're eating, so that you can make sure you're not overeating. It's all a delicate balance of eating healthily and balancing your calories, and healthy foods do not necessarily mean fat loss foods. So that's another thing to remember. So today's task is to go and use the calorie calculator. Please post into the group what you got, the findings that you've got. It will also give you a suggested macro split. Now, while macros are not massively important for fat loss, I always have macros with my clients, so that they can start to understand how much protein, carbs, and fats are right for them. Again, the suggestions I put will just be suggestions. It's not necessarily set in stone, but it's a good idea to have an idea about that. Okay, so that's the task for today. Go and do that. I'm just getting the call from Jacob to go back in, so I've got to go. So go and do the calorie calculator. Post what your calories are in the group, and then we'll talk about MyFitnessPal tonight. Okay, have a great day.